9 o'clock. They always do it at 9 o'clock.
Come on, now.
Had those when you came in?
Yeah.
They'll be so dry, they'll burn your blooming lungs out.
I'd smoke a bit of old rope after 18 months of this.
Stand up there. All right, sit down.
O'Leary. Full name?
Jimmy O'Leary.
Committed from?
The Old Bailey.
How long?
1 year.
4 and tuppence. Sign that. Come on. Next.
Put up in that Allen this morning.
Yeah, won't I be glad to get out of here before they do.
Next. Full name?
Albert Owen Matthews,
Where from?
Swansea.
Committed from?
Brixton,
How long?
18 months.
£1, 8 and 6pence. Sign that.
Come on, this way.
Now, don't get upset.
Goodbye, good luck.
It'll be all right.
Well, you'll be out again, Jimmy boy.
Dead.
Excuse me, can I have a word with you?
What about?
You've just been in there, haven't you?
Well, what if I have?
Well, no offense meant. I just wondered if you ever got to speak to this chap, Alan.
Alan? You mean the fellow they're going to top this morning?
Aye. Did you know him?
No.
He wasn't a bad chap. I just wondered how he took it.
Now, look here, Jock, you can't go around killing Janes and expect to get away with it.
I don't think he meant to kill her. You see it.
Well, he did, didn't he? And for that stroke, you get the 9 o'clock walk. Your pal of yours?
No, he's my brother.
I see they topped that, Alan, even with all them people signing that petition.
Yeah, all that schmozzle didn't do him no good.
Well, why should it? There's got to be a law, ain't there? Now, take you and me. Why can I sleep home peacefully at nights? Why?
Because you ain't got a lodger, cop.
Shorty,
How's
the
the
old
old Charlie,
China.
eh? What's your worry?
Shorty. Well, when'd you get back?
This morning?
You're looking good.
Well, I ought to be. I've been resting for 18 moons. Give us a cup of the old Acamaraca, Charlie, will you?
Sure.
Feel like the old times, seeing you around the place again, Shorty?
That's right. Give us a fresh packet of fags, will you?
Yeah.
I had these when I went in, and they burned like your grandmother's feather bed.
Yeah.
So, how's all the boys, Murray?
Oh, all right. Most of them all right. Some of them have been away for a bit. You know how it is.
Cold, and I know a lot of flatties after you all the time. Never giving a fella a chance. What have you been doing, Murray?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I've been lucky. I'm running the Pins and Needles Club now.
Cutting into my business, he is.
Oh, is that so? All the boys still hang out there?
Yeah. You'll be along again, I suppose.
You try and keep me out.
You better spend your money in here, Shorty. Your snooker will be too rusty to play with that bunch.
I'll pick it up quick enough.
I'll be seeing you then. So long.
So long.
See you tonight.
Right.
You know, Charlie, my boy, this is the real stuff out of the wash I've been used to.
Got some milk in it.
I should say so.
What are you going to do, Shorty? You going back on the old lark?
What else can I do?
Why don't you get out of it? Get a straight job. Look at me. The boys are my best customers, but not yours truly. No. I stay off the crook and keep my nose clean. And when I go away, it's only the South End.
Well, that's all right for you, but ever since I was a kid, they've had it in for me.
Ah, come off it. It's not as bad as that.
That's all you know. For once you've been inside, they keep on after you, and they'll put you in a stir for nothing just because you've got a record.
Charlie?
Oh, what's your Mabel?
Hello. Telepacket of the usual.
Sure.
Yeah, sweetheart?
Chalk it up, will you?
Oh, all right. Long time since you've been that close to a Judy, eh, Shorty?
Too low. Who's she?
One of the regulars.
Remember Alice? Alice Carson I was hanging out with?
Yeah.
She's still about?
Is she still about? I should say she is. Got a job at the Palais de Dance.
Oh.
Dance hostess. And the clothes. I don't know where she gets them from. She's $1 million baby now. Too rich for your blood, Shorty.
She is she? Well, I can soon take care of that. Where does she live?
Round the corner in Drummond Street.
Oh.
Over the newsagents.
Well, I might go along one of these days and have a butcher's.
Sure, why not? She'd be glad to see you for old time's sake.
Yeah. Well, I must hurry you, Charlie.
That's all right. It's on the house. Glad to see you back again.
Oh, well, thanks. I think I'll go along and see if I can find one or two of the boys, huh?
Oh, sure. And if you don't find them, come back here about 7 o'clock. Someone will be in for a cert.
Sure. Okay, meal, Charlie.
Shorty, give my love to Alice.
How's the flowers? Lovely blooms.
How much are roses, Mom?
A shilling a market bunch.
Give you a tenner.
Ah, all right, ducks. God bless you. How's the flowers?
Alice. Blimey, Alice, you don't half sleep. Alex,
Well, young man?
morning, Ma.
Here, not so fast. What are you doing in my house?
I was just looking for a pal of mine up them stairs.
Oh, you were you?
Yeah.
It's that Alice. I told her when she took a room here, I says, none of your tricks here, miss,
I don't know what
says.
you're talking about. I don't know anything about no Alice. I was just looking for a pal of mine, like I said. Come on, I want to get up here.
I'm going upstairs to put her right out, so don't you let me catch you here again. Listen here, my girl.
Once again, we bring you an episode in our series of famous murder trials. This week, we will reconstruct for you a case in which a murder was solved by one detail after another. It was built up into an unbreakable chain of circumstantial evidence. The murderer tried to prove an alibi, but it didn't help him. The evidence, collected gradually and remorselessly, was...
In under 2 minutes, you'd have been drowned.
And so I told him where Alice lived, and he must have went there. That's all I know.
So he got sore when you told him she was too high and mighty for him, did he?
Well, he didn't exactly get sore, but he didn't seem to like it.
Did he tell you he was going round to see her?
No. No, not as many words.
He went there all right.
Well, that's about all. He may want to talk to you again.
Sure. Sure, any time.
Well, who'd have thought it of the little blighter?
Can you beat it? I'd split in on him, but what can you do?
Oh, forget it. If a guy's crazy enough to croak a good girl like Alice, it's nobody of yours.
How can a fella come straight out of Clink and do a thing like that? The same day that Ellen gets top for the very same stroke.
Well, you'll get what Ellen got. Serve him blooming well right.
At the first sign of a cold, take Beecham's powders or Beecham's powders capsules and feel better fast.
Yes, why are you going out? It's a bit slippery. Good night, madam. Good night. Good night. Good night. Off we go.
How do I stand for catching another bus up north?
You won't get no bus tonight.
Well, there must be one somewhere.
I'll tell you there ain't. Why, what's the hurry?
Well, I got my mother in and I better get up there, see?
Well, I'm sorry, chum, but you're out of luck. Here, wait a minute. You get up in the Great North Road, you might come and lift on my lorry.
Oh, car.
I say, there's a transport cab a couple of miles from here. Try that.
Okay, pal. Thanks. Good night. You don't happen to be going up north, mate, do you?
Might be. Why?
Well, I want to get up to Sheffield.
Huh?
The missus up there.
Well, I'll see what I can do. I'm going to have a cup of chow. I'd better come on in.
Well,
Hello, boys. What's up,
Crikey, you going up north again already?
Blimey, I go down to the yard and unload. They turn me round and send me back again like a blooming train.
Oh, what are you grumbling about? You get an extra 10 bob for yourself, don't you?
10 bob. Even with the extras, you can't make a decent living at this job. If it wasn't for the missus, making a bit on the side with the calf, we'd blooming well starve. Come on, miss, come on. Let's have a cup of tea.
Get that tea now.
What's yours, chum?
No, mate, this is my treat, sir. Same for me, please, and one of them sausage rolls, please.
Leave it to me, Ducks.
How's business down your way, Walt?
Oh, not so bad. The old woman's half dead tonight, serving teas and all.
I shouldn't know. You've got to work hard for your dough these days. It's a proper Charlie asking.
You're right.
Good evening. Hello, Wally. Lovely night, ain't it?
Sorry, Ducks, nothing doing.
What do you mean, nothing doing?
I'm not going your way, and I can't give you a lift.
Who asked for a lift, anyway?
Now, look here, I can't lose my job over you lorry girls.
Lorry girls, what do you mean?
Aye. Cut it out.
You keep your mouth shut. I ain't going to let no big stiff of a lorry driver get fresh with me.
No, look here.
Take your filthy hands off me. I'll have the police on you.
You got me one of the lot. That's enough of that, boys. It's all right now, God. It's all over. Just forget it.
Knock him while you're writing.
No, he didn't. Them giants are the curse of the road. They get tougher every day.
Well, them two was tough, all right. Did you find many of them up and down the place?
Yeah, dozens of them.
Now, knock it.
Take the butchers of that bloke with Wally.
So your missus lives in Sheffield?
Yeah, she works there. She got a business there.
There you are. There it is. His name's Matthews. You and your Matthews. How could he get here? Oh, I don't know about that. But anyway, it says here, he's a little bloke with dark hair wearing a grey suit. You better ask Wally. Come on, get your mind back on the game.
What is it, mate?
Oh, it's all right. Just thought I saw a chap I know, so.
Hi, Wally.
What?
Come here a minute.
Hey, Doc didn't see you. What?
What is it? Just take a look at this.
I thought it was you.
Yeah!
What's the matter? Well, what do you take this place for? What's the matter with you?
I'll teach you to go around running after another fella's missus.
Well, you're potty. I never seen this bloke before.
No. And I ain't never seen you before neither, only once. But you've been seeing plenty of a certain party, ain't you, Mr. Bloomin' Smith?
Smith? Poor old now I know he's off his
Now,
nut.
don't you try that on with me.
My name ain't Smith, and I never told no one it was.
Of course he's not Smith. This man's name's Mackenzie.
Wait
Wait a minute. Is this straight up?
Of course it's straight up. The last time to kid anybody.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, a chap can make a mistake, can't he?
You can't go on making mistakes like that.
Well, you see, I only saw this fella once, and, well, all I can say is if you ain't him, well, you're his twin, that's all. Okay?
Okay. But I'd like to give you back that one you gave me.
Take that on tea, will you?
Go on out. Here, Bill, get a basin full of this. All the time we was talking about him, he was thinking I was no better than his lodger, and we thought you was a murderer. This Matthews they're looking for.
Matthews, who's he?
The bloke what done in that girl today.
Oh, him?
Yes.
Come on, lads, what's it going to be?
Rosie Lee for me.
I'll have a cup of tea. What made you think I was this Matthews?
Well, the paper said he was a little bloke wearing a grey suit.
I've been telling Jock, there's thousands of little blokes in this world, and thousands of grey suits, too.
That's right, and there's one too many now, isn't there?
Yes, all right.
Oh, tell us, do you know this fellow Smith? George Smith, his name is, and he drives a lorry, too.
No. That was
If I knew that, I'd come there, wouldn't I?
Yes, how you would.
Well, better drink up if you're coming along with me.
Yeah, take it. How much is that, mate? See, 4 teas now, and the other lot give us a bob. Job, there you are.
Good on, Wally.
Good night.
So long, mate.
Well, no hard feelings, eh?
No, that's all right, mate.
Okay.
But here, if you come across this George Smith, give him the same wallop you give me, will you?
Good night, boss.
Ciao, Walt. Bung out, Gord's lovely.
You going to part tonight?
T'other side of Bedford. My wife runs one of these here caps.
Does she?
I shall wrap your legs up in some of them sacks. We're not nippy.
How?
don't think you've proved you aren't this fella they're looking for.
Don't let it worry you, chum, I ain't.
Who are you, anyway?
My name's Thompson.
What?
Thompson.
No. Got something to prove it?
Well, perhaps I haven't, perhaps I haven't. What's it going to do with you anyway? Why do you take me up if you think I'm this fella Matthews?
Well, if I said anything in the cab, I might have got an innocent bloke into trouble. And I wasn't sure.
You wasn't? Meaning you are now?
I can always change my mind.
Who do you think you are running the rule over me?
I ain't running the rule over you. Don't look at the fix I'm in. I'll give you a lift. And if you are this year, Matthews, also get into trouble.
What you going to do?
Nothing. And when you get to Bedford, you'll have to explain yourself to the cops.
Now, look here,
what... Don't you try any capers with me. I ain't so good-tempered as Jock.
Listen, I admit it. I'm Shorty Matthews. I'm the fella they're looking for, but I didn't do it. So help me, I didn't.
What?
You couldn't turn me in. You couldn't. You said just now you'd never get an innocent fella into trouble. Well, I'm innocent, see?
And why are you doing the scarper?
Because they'd never give me a break. I got a record, see, and once they caught me, well, they wouldn't even start looking for the fella that really done it.
Well, if you didn't do it, there must be some way of proving it.
There isn't, actually, there isn't. They got me on this thing they call circumstantial evidence.
You're only making it worse for running away.
I've got to keep away from them. I might strike lucky, you never know. They might find the guy that really done it by accident, perhaps.
You sound as if you're telling the truth. That don't cut no ice. It ain't up to me to help you get away and lose my job.
They topped me to the dead cert.
Look here, son, I got a wife.
I know.
What's up?
Had a bit of a skid, nearly broke me bloody neck.
Are you all right?
Well, I am if this Perishing wagon is. Have a look, will you, chum?
Yeah, all right. She looks all right to me. Headlamp's a bit bent. How's the steering?
Well, it don't seem so bad. I'll straighten her up.
All right, go on. Back as you are. She'll do. Blimey, a bit shaky, ain't it?
So would you be if you just missed copping a packet?
Yeah, they stopped you tonight.
Who?
The coppers. In our plot looking for some bloke from London. I've been stopped twice.
You had?
Yeah.
I ain't seen nobody.
You will. Well, if your phone gets rorty, I'll back you up. You was dazzled.
I was what?
You was dazzled by headlights.
How I get you?
Us drivers are going to stick together. Life's tough enough without losing your job over an accident.
Sure, well, I was dazzled by headlights, and if the phone cuts up rough, I'll let you know.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm Sid Parsons, driving for Noel Brothers, Lancaster.
Thanks, chum.
Okay, come on, good luck.
Come on. How are you feeling, chum?
Oh, it's my head.
I thought you pretty near bashed your brains out. Can you get up on the seat?
I think so.
Come on.
Thanks. Where are we?
We've just come through a place called Midwell.
Oh, yes. I know.
How far is this cafe of yours?
About 10 miles. Oh.
You don't half look bad to me.
Awesome. Last all right.
here to my place.
I think I'd better get out the next place and try and get you something. You sit tight, I won't be out tomorrow.
Shorty!
Hello, Molly, what you doing up here?
I've been up in Manchester. Didn't like it there, so I'm going back to town.
The old Pally?
Yes, dance hostess. But what about you? You're driving a lorry now. I thought you'd been away.
Well, you see, Molly, I've turned it in now, and I'm going straight, see, and I've changed my Monica, too. You call me Bert, will you?
Oh, that's smashing, Shorty. Well, I mean, Bert. How's Alice? Seen her lately?
No, I'm just time, yes.
Funny how she was always saying how she wished you'd quit before it was too late.
That's right. Hi.
Here she was working with me at the old Pally. Started just after you went away.
Is she?
We were mucking in together before I got that screwy idea about going to Manchester.
Sorry, Molly, but I got my mate been took bad out in the lorry, see, and I've got to get on with it. Hi.
Someday you're going to get into trouble picking up these lorry girls.
Huh? If you never take chances, you never get nowhere. And this one's worth a bit of trouble. Pretty odd, ain't she?
If you ain't careful, they'll be looking for you. Like this bloke down in London.
Who do you mean?
This Matthews fella.
Oh, yes, I read about him. Not me, boy. I treat him rough, but not too rough.
Hi.
Cup of tea, chum?
No, Tom. My mate's just been took bad. You haven't got anything, have you?
Got some aspirin.
Okay, I'll do. Are you getting back to town?
Oh, I've been copping lip. This is my chauffeur.
Come on, kid. Let's have all.
Okay.
How much is it?
Penny.
Well, goodbye, Bert.
Cheerio, and all the best.
So long.
Who's your friend?
Just a bloke I used to know in London.
Come on, up in.
So long, Bert.
So long, Molly.
Here, wait a minute. London's the other way, isn't it?
You'll get to London all right, sweetheart. But don't you worry. There's a place up here I want to stop at first.
If you're thinking of starting anything, you're farming.
You're going to be nice to a fellow, ain't you?
As long as you're nice to me.
Feeling better?
Yes, Franks. You know, you're taking a lot of trouble for me, considering the fix you're in.
No, forget it.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to dock you off your wife's cap and then go off on my own.
Now, look here. You don't stop and turn round, I'm going to get out.
I'll stop it all right. Here we are.
Here, what's all this?
You've got nothing to worry about, sweetheart.
Now, don't you come any capers with me.
Give us a little kiss, won't you?
Yeah, you let go of
Come
me.
on, give it.
Let go of me.
Come here, you little...
Let me go. Let me go.
What's that? Wait.
Shot! You get inside that lorry, go on. You keep out of this. If you touch her, I'll kill you. Shorty! Shorty? Shorty Matthews! You're the guy the cops are looking for killing that James! Shorty! Come on, get in quick.
Shorty, is it true
Come
what
on,
he
get
said?
in.
Tell me. What happened? I want to know.
I tell you later.
I want to know now.
Molly, it was Alice.
What?
Some bloke done her in, you see, and they think it was me, but it wasn't. So help me, it wasn't. It wasn't me. I tell you, I didn't do it, Molly. She was dead when I found her, see, and I lost my head and I ran away. I lost my head, I tell you.
Get away from me.
I didn't do it, I tell you, Mom. Come on in, quick.
No.
Come on, get in. Come on, get in. Come on.
Now, look here.
It's all right, she's a pal of mine. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, but Shorty, I've got
You
to
shut up
know.
and listen to me. Now, look here, chum, what is all this?
Good evening.
Seen anyone in a Macintosh, a grey suit, about 5'7"?
You mean the Shorty Matthews?
That's the one.
No, I haven't seen nobody but a couple of lorry drivers. One of them's a bloke I know, the other one's a stranger.
Huh?
Wait a minute. He was about that size. What would he had on the lorry driver's cap?
Which way did he go?
I don't know.
How long ago was this?
About half an hour. He was in a hurry, too. Looked sort of nervous. At a guess, I'd say he was heading north.
See what kind of lorry he was driving?
No. Do you think it was really him?
We'll let you know when we had a look at him. Good night. Thanks.
Here we are. This is it. Okay, well, I'll just help you inside and I'll breeze off.
You better come in for a minute.
Shorty, where are you going?
What's it got to do with you? You don't believe me anyway.
Doesn't matter what I believe. You helped me, didn't you?
You better come on in, chum. We may be able to think of something.
Wait a minute. Let's have a decal first. Okay, it's empty. Come on.
Wally, whatever's the matter?
It's all right, Doc said X and called a 41.
Oh, do you think I'd better call the doctor?
No, don't be so daft. I don't want to see a doctor. Come on in the back room.
Well, I shall call a doctor if I think
It's all right,
this.
I tell you. Come on.
Now, what's the matter, Wally?
Oh, nothing. This bloke helped me out, and I wanted a bit of a chat with him, that's all.
Evening.
This is Miss...
Neil. Evening. Oh, look at your forehead.
Oh, it's all right. I'll tell you about it later. Go and get us some tea, there's a dear.
Oh, all right.
Now, look here, chum. You took an hell of a chance in helping us. If you're telling the truth, why don't you take another one and give yourself up?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I say. If you didn't do it, why are you running away?
It's easy enough to talk like that when you haven't been in stir. You ain't got a record, I have.
Yes, but you shouldn't have run away.
Now, listen. This chap, Alan, they just hanged for the same thing. But I lost my head, that's all. I couldn't help it. Anybody would have.
Yes, I quite see that.
Now, Wally Mason, will you or will you not tell me what this is all about?
Be a sport, Mom. Give me 5 minutes and I'll tell you the whole story. And don't worry. It ain't nothing to do with me.
No. All right. Shorty, suppose I say I believe you.
Yeah?
When are you going to get running away like this?
But can't you see, if I manage to keep away for a bit, they might find the chap that really done it. And I...
Evening.
Evening?
Evening of a stranger. A short man. Grey suit, dark hair.
No, I haven't.
You seem pretty nervous. Something wrong here?
Oh, there's nothing wrong. Everything's all right.
Well, there's nothing wrong. You don't mind if we have a look round, do you?
Well,
Thank you. Come on. Hey! Come on, you try that way. Now then. You take that side, I'll go up here. Down there. I'll have to look over here. Oh, that's all right. Your husband's story sounds straight enough. You better come along to the station and talk it over there.
You're wasting your time. He picked me up on the road. I don't know anything about any murders.
Just come for the ride, that's
all right. I'll back you up. Don't you worry.
Thank you. I hope your head's better in the morning. Good night. I'll tell you, you're wasting your time.
Oh, come on.
Here, wait a minute.
Johnson, we're taking her along. Keep your eye on her.
Shut up, I know what I'm doing.
You're crazy. They'll kill you for this.
Not if they don't catch me, they won't.
Oh, sure.
You shut up. You believe me, don't you, Molly?
I suppose I do.
That's a good kid. I thought you would. Well, you know what I felt about Alice, don't you? I would never have done that to her. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, see? I'm going to drive this car on for a bit, then I'm going to ditch her, see? And your story will be that I wouldn't stop to let you out, see?
But you're worse off than ever stealing a police car.
I can't help that now.
Here's one.
I'm a police officer, car stolen. I must take yours. But I'm afraid I don't drive very fast.
Oh, that's all right. I can drive.
Oh, excellent. I'll move right over. Now, up this side, see? You can get in the back. But sure, I see. Well, this is where I scout. Hello?
Shorty.
Yeah.
I want to help you, honest, I do, but I wish I could make you see there's only one right thing to do.
I've got to work this out for myself, kid. Don't you worry about me. I'll be all right. So long.
Yeah.
£1/4? Yeah, but look here.
Oh, take it and shut up. I've got enough to get along on.
You're a great kid. So long.
Oh, Shorty, if you ever want me, remember, I'll be at the Palais again.
Okay. Get out.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Go on, scatter around, boys. Well, what's the matter?
Well, I'm frightened in a car with a murderer. You put me here.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, but don't worry. We only want to ask a few questions.
Hello, everyone. Oh, hi, Ernest. Isn't Molly in yet? No. I can't wait to see her.
I can.
I expected you to say something like that.
Well, if you ask me, she's got a nerve coming back here at all. Catching rides from lorry drivers and chasing about with murderers. Gives the clients the wrong impression of all us girls.
Margie's jealous Molly got her picture in the paper.
Jealous.
She ought to have plenty of clients now. I always think it gives a girl glamour.
I can get along without that kind of glamour.
Of course you can, darling. You've got along so far without me at all, haven't you? Molly! How are you, darling? Molly, tell us what happened. What did she say to you? Well, give her a chance to get her breath.
Well, tell us what happened, Molly.
But there's nothing to tell, Dax. I just ran into Shorty by accident up there, and when the police found out I got nothing to do with it, they let me go, that's all.
But weren't you scared stiff being alone with a murderer?
What's that about Shorty Matthews to be scared of?
Plenty
Not
of
my
idea of a
idea.
boyfriend.
Now listen, all of you. Alice is my best friend. Don't let's talk about it.
That's right. Leave her alone, can't you?
All right, sorry. Hello, Marge.
Hello.
Oh, what's the matter with you?
Oh, don't take any notice of her. Snooty as usual, that's all.
Come along, girls. Mustn't be late. Make the place look alive.
All right,
Hello, Wally.
Hello, Pop.
Feeling all right, my dear?
Couldn't be better.
That's the girl. You'll be getting back into the swing of things in no time.
Of course she will.
Sweet of you to take me back.
Oh, why shouldn't I? You couldn't help what happened.
Well, thanks anyway.
All right, be as quick as you can, my dear, won't you?
Better to get you down, ducks. The girls know how you feel. They'll soon stop talking about Alice.
Thanks, Pauline. That's sweet of you.
You know, I'd never believe that little Shorty Matthews would do a thing like that.
I'm not so sure that he did do it.
What?
I say I'm not so sure that he did do it.
You free, miss?
What are you doing in London?
I come back on my tracks. Things was getting too hot for me up north, so I copped a lorry coming down this way.
What do you want?
I'm on the ribs, Murray. I gotta find a hideout. And
You can't hide out here.
I don't mean that. Any other boys about?
What if they are?
I won't bother. I'm honest. I won't. All I want's a bit of dough, just enough to give me a break.
Okay. There's a game on in the card room.
Tom about? Paddy?
Yeah, the book there.
What's your boys? What you looking at me like that for? I didn't croak the kid, you know that.
We don't know a thing except what we read in the papers.
You believe me, Paddy, don't you? Tom.
What do I know about it?
All I know is you're spoiling a game of poker.
You're in the wrong place if you think you're going to get any change out of us. Alice was a good kid, Matthews.
I tell you, she was dead when I found her.
If you didn't do it, why did you run away?
Well, I got scared. I knew they'd hang it on to me, and... the Tex. Two of them in the billiard room.
What? They come for him?
What do you think?
Why the hell did you have to come here?
Boys, you wouldn't.
You to bed, Tom.
I'll bet it, Tanner.
I'm going up 6. I'll see you. That's all right.
I'm away.
You're away, Annie. What are you going to do, Tommy?
Evening, boys.
Oh, good evening,
sir. Look who's here.
That's right, boys. Carry on. We just called in to see everybody's happy.
We're as happy as a lot of blinking laughs.
Fact is, we'd like to have a word with an old friend of yours, Tom.
Yes? Who's that?
Reg Hammond.
Oh,
He been around lately?
ain't seen him in a fortnight.
Get him to give us a ring when you see him again, will you?
Sure. Can you charge the call up to the yard?
Why not?
As long as he doesn't make it a trunk call.
What have you got, Tom?
Ginger.
Ah, it's too good for me. Come on, let's...
You're okay.
Okay, sure.
So long, boys.
So long, sir.
Come
Right
again
up to the
sometime
missus.
when you can't
Don't
stay
forget
so
now.
long.
Any misses?
Now get out and stay out. Round the back way.
But you boys do believe me, don't you? I mean, you didn't turn me in.
Don't be a sap, Matthews. You think we want him to close the club because you're in here? Go on, beat it.
Where can I go? I haven't got any money, and...
Who cares about that anyway?
Get on your way and don't come back.
You're got light on your feet.
Thanks.
You're a lucky kid, you know. Getting a picture in the paper.
Am I? Why?
Blimey, I haven't had a chance to dance with you the whole evening. They've been fair queuing up for you.
What's the hurry? I'll be here tomorrow and every other night.
What say you and I go to some nice little place for a snack after the session?
Thanks, but my father calls for me every night and he's very strict.
Oh, I've heard that one before.
Dickie? Oh, thanks. Good night.
know with all her la-di-da. If she's not careful, the same thing will happen to her as happened to Alice. I'm sorry, Doc. But Alice did take on a lot of dates, didn't she?
Yes, don't I know it.
Good night, girls.
Good night, Pop.
Good night, Pop.
Good night.
Well, I was off along and get my bus. Well, where are you living now?
Same old digs. Well, I had to go somewhere where I'm good for a week's rent.
Well, good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night, Pauline.
Short. I had to come back. They're still looking for me up north.
But they're bound to get you in London.
No, I'm better off down
Well,
here.
what you going to do?
I don't know. Thought perhaps some of my pals might help me, but I was lucky the swans didn't turn me in.
Short.
Now, don't you start all that about giving myself up, because I'm not going to do it, see? Listen, kid, you believe me, don't you? Well, you said you did.
Yes, I do, Shorty.
Well, Molly, I don't want to drag you into this, but you're the only pal I got, see? Will you help me?
Well, what can I do?
Well, I got an idea. First of all, I got to find an empty loft somewhere where I can hide out, see? Perhaps an old house. You don't know many, do you?
No, I don't, Shorty.
I got to find some stuff, some grub and all.
Wait a minute, I believe there is an old house.
Yeah.
All boarded up quite near my digs.
Oh, that sounds a ticket.
Well, come on, I'll take you there.
Okay. Now, you go on first, will you? They might pick me up, and I don't want to get you into trouble again.
All right. You're a funny guy. Do you have anything to eat?
No, but I'll be all right once I get a hideout. You go on.
All right.
Yes, miss.
4 ham sandwiches and a piece of cake.
Take away.
That's right.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you. Good night.
This is it.
Looks all right.
Oh, and I've got these for you.
Oh, dark, could you please? Looks as if nobody's lived here for years.
How are you going to get in?
Don't be silly. You watch me.
Oh, you don't know, spooky.
Don't worry me. As long as the spooks ain't cops.
You go balmy staying in here all the time.
Not me. You come along to me, will you? This is how I figure it out, see? This bloke that done Alice in, well, he didn't drop down from heaven, did he? I mean, he must have come from somewhere, wasn't he? Well, where do you figure out he come from, eh?
I don't know.
Well, the ballet, of course. He was one of the blokes that Alice danced with at the ballet.
But it might have been.
Well, if you could keep your eyes open, I mean, if you wouldn't mind doing it for me, well, we might get a line on him, see?
Oh.
So that's only one of them looking glasses.
You mean it might have been someone that danced with her a lot?
That's right.
Or maybe Pauline could help. She knows a lot of Alice's regulars.
But will you see what you can find out?
Yes, of course I will.
Molly, when I get out of this, I'll make it up to you, honest, I will.
It's all right, Shorty. After all, you risked your neck for me, didn't you? It's only right I should do the same for you. You know, tit for tat. Well, I've got to go now.
All right.
I'll come back tomorrow night and bring you some more grub.
Okay, I could do with that. Wait a minute. It's all right.
Is there anything else you want?
No, don't. Oh, what if you could lay hold of the razor?
Oh, all right. Good night.
Good night. Molly. I wish I could tell you.
Forget it. Yeah, you haven't got your these, have you? Good night.
Good night.
Hello.
Thanks very much, I'm sure.
Any luck?
Oh, no. He'd run to his mother if he'd as much as kissed a girl.
You used to dance with Alice a lot.
Yes, so he said. No, they all look the same to me. Dumb but harmless.
Molly, you're not a detective. If there's anything in this idea of yours, why don't you go to the police and let them work it out?
Because they wouldn't listen to me. They're certain that Shorty did it. What beats me is how you can be so certain he didn't. But I told you, Pauline. If you would have heard him that night on the road, you'd have believed him, too. Did you say something, dear?
Not a word, darling. She keeps forgetting to blow her nose, dearie. Look, that one coming towards us now. He used to dance with Alice a lot.
Shall we have this dance?
Frightfully sorry. I've got a nail or something in my shoe. My friend, Miss O'Neill, would be glad to dance with you, I'm sure.
It's all right with me. O'Neill? Oh, the girl Matthews kidnapped, didn't you?
Yes. If Pop gets wind of what you two are up to, he'll soon put a stop to this detective work.
Oh?
Yes, and it's not good for business.
If he gets wind of it, I'll soon put a stop to you.
Oh, you will you?
Yeah, I need to start. Thank you.
Am I fortunate enough to find you disengaged?
I was just sitting this one out.
Oh, too bad. I was hoping that you'd do me the honor.
Oh, I feel quite rested now. I'd like to dance.
Thank you, my dear.
Did you know Alice?
Sure, I used to dance with her.
I thought I'd seen you with her.
She's a nice little kid, could dance well, too. I wish I could lay my hands on that little crook, Matthews.
My dear, your dancing is as perfect as your appearance.
Oh, Mr. Hoover, it's such a treat to dance with a real gentleman. I mean, a gentleman a girl can really talk with.
Tell me, didn't I see you out with Alice one night after the session?
Me?
Yes.
Not me. Must have been some other bloke. I just used to dance with her.
Ah?
Isn't that Miss O'Neill? The young lady whose picture I saw in the papers?
Yes, that's her. Stupid little fool.
Indeed. Why do you say that?
Oh, because she is. She's made all us girls look cheap chasing about like one of those lorry girls. And now she's trying to prove that Shorty Matthews didn't kill Alice.
Indeed. Interesting. And how does our charming young detective propose to accomplish that?
Oh, she thinks it was someone Alice met here. So she's dancing with all Alice's old clients, asking them if they did it, I suppose.
Then she's quite convinced of Matthew's innocence, is she?
She's crackers. He told her he didn't do it, and she believes.
Would it surprise you very much if I told you that it's quite possible that Matthews did not do it?
Why, Mr. Hoover, I wouldn't have expected an educated gentleman like you to say such a thing.
Perhaps it's just because I've had the advantage of being educated, as you call it, that I hold an unorthodox view.
Why, Mr. Hoover, I'm surprised at you. Oh, Molly, here's a gentleman you ought to meet. You've both got a lot in common.
How do you do? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Hoover, Walter Hoover.
How do you do? Whatever did Marge mean?
I think she was referring to your belief that Matthews did not murder Miss Carson.
What's that to you? Anyway, how do you know what I think?
Miss Marjorie told me.
Well, of
Oh,
course.
don't be concerned, my dear. I share your belief to a great extent.
You do? Do you know something about it?
Nothing, except what a lifetime of speculation on the mysteries of the human mind can teach me.
Oh, I see. Well, if you'll excuse me...
But I'll say this, Miss O'Neill. My knowledge of psychology makes it seem likely that you're right in supposing that no simple criminal like Matthews did it. It would be the work of a much more highly organized individual.
Yes, I suppose so. Well, if you'll excuse me, good night.
Good night.
Who was that old fogey? He used to be a schoolmaster. Well, he's balmy. I beg your pardon. And I'll thank you to stop meddling in my business. If I want anyone told what I'm doing, I'll take care of it myself.
I'm not taking any orders from you, Miss O'Neill. You with your crooks and murders.
Places all matches, sir? Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, Governor.
Sure. Ah, good evening, Mr. Hoover. Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
I'm in the chair. What's yours?
Well, I'll have a ginger brandy.
Ginger brandy. And how's the professor of
The word that escapes you, Mr. Peebles, is psychology.
Yes, of course. Yes. It shouldn't have escaped me, should it? We've heard it pretty often in here, haven't we, and all?
Not often enough, it seems.
No.
Now, Mr. Peebles, you know it's a rare treat the way Mr. Hoover talks. Yes, indeed. It's seldom enough we meet an educated gentleman like Mr. Hoover.
To you, Mr. Peebles. And to you, ladies. Though I don't deserve your flattery.
Any news today, Mr. Hoover?
News? On what subject?
Well, you've only been talking on one subject lately, haven't you?
Come now, Mr. Smith. Surely you don't hold it against me that I've become engrossed in the most interesting problem of abnormal criminal psychology.
Listen to the words come out.
I'm hanged if I can see anything so interesting in it. Happens every day of the year.
My dear Mr. Smith, Miss James, I see empty glasses about. Ask the ladies and gentlemen what they'll have.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr.
Yes, same again.
Beer.
My dear Mr. Smith, I'm afraid you only take a superficial view.
Do I?
Yes. You see, to a student in these matters, the impulse that dictates the action and the sense of power that comes from the evasion of the consequences makes each instance unique, even though you may say, plus ça change, plus c'est la même chose.
Good luck, Mr. Hoover.
All the best. Well, San Ferian, Mr. Hoover, and may your days be as long as your words.
Would you mind repeating that in English?
Certainly. The man who killed that girl enjoyed for a moment the sensation of power over life and death. Now he has the sense of power that comes from
knowing something that nobody else in the world knows.
You do give things a queer twist.
Meaning you still think Matthews didn't do it?
I'm more convinced than ever this evening.
Found something out, Mr. Hoover?
Do tell us.
You don't mean to say that you got information?
Of course not. I have no means of getting information. The police have that. I merely think and observe.
Oh, nonsense. You mean to stand there and say that...
Smith, no arguments here, if you please.
Miss James, never discourage a skeptic. Doubt is the stimulator of conversation. It may amuse you all to know that I have come to a not uninteresting conclusion.
No, you have something up his sleeve.
But are you going to tell us?
We can hardly wait.
The unfortunate Matthews is in London.
Really?
Well,
Have they caught him?
No, they haven't caught him. The police don't even know that he is in London.
Then how do you know?
By the elementary deduction that a criminal always returns to the scene of his crime.
Is that all you've got to go by?
That and a look of fear in a pair of lovely eyes. An expression of anxiety on a pretty face.
And the hair in Uncle Tom Cobley's whiskers.
Mr. Peebles, I envy you the possession of such a sense of humor. I would like to be able to stay longer to enjoy more fully the rapier play of your wit. But alas, I have an appointment. Gentlemen, good night. Au revoir, ladies.
Good night.
Good night. And give our love to them beautiful eyes.
Good night.
Crackers.
Crackers? The best free show in London. That's what he is.
No, I'm hungry. Let's go somewhere and have a bite before we go home.
No, thanks, Pauline. I'm too tired. I think I'll go home if you don't mind.
Right. What you got there?
You? Oh, nothing. Just a pair of old shoes I'm taking to be resold, that's all.
Sure you won't come?
No, thanks. I'm too tired, honestly. Oh, thanks for helping me tonight, though.
We didn't get very far, did we?
No, it's all pretty hopeless.
Molly, what's bothering you? I mean, it's something more than just thinking Shorty didn't do it, isn't it?
No, I'm just tired, that's all. Good night, dear.
Good night.
Shorty. Shorty. Shorty.
Molly. Molly.
It's all right, Shorty.
I guess I must be getting soft.
I got your things. I brought you some candles and I got the razor. Oh, look. No, not by the window.
Okay, baby, careful. Sit down here. Did you ask Pauline about the blokes that Alice danced with?
Yes, I even danced with some of them myself.
Well?
Shorty, I don't think this is going to be any use. Even if I had the luck to dance with the one that did it, I couldn't tell. I tried asking questions and all that, but I'm just no good at it.
It's all right, Molly. Don't you worry about it. Just an idea of mine, that's all.
What you going to do?
Molly, I calmed down this morning, and I got to thinking what a wild goose sort of chase I've been sending you, see? And I started using my loaf. Molly, I don't care about nobody else besides you, and don't want to go on like this with you thinking I ain't doing the right thing, see?
Shorty.
Yes, I'm going to do like you said. I'm going to give myself up. It's you what made me do it, Molly. It's for you.
Oh, Shorty, I'm glad that you can't do it. I don't want you to now.
I'm glad you said that, kid, because it means you feel the same way I do.
I know I do.
That's why I got to go on with it. I got to run my chances so when it's all over, I can get a job and go straight. Molly, if everything was all right, would you marry me?
Yes. He talked about you.
He ain't a cop, is he?
No, he used to be a schoolmaster. I thought he...
It's all right. I better get him inside. Come on. Now, come on. What you doing here?
In view of the somewhat informal nature of our introduction, I might ask you that question.
Now, come off it. If you don't speak up, I'll give you another taste of this.
Oh, my friend, I've had enough. Besides, you've nothing to fear. You haven't a better friend in the world than me.
What's he talking about?
Search me. It's the way he was talking at the Palais tonight.
You might add, Miss O'Neill, that I told you that I was convinced of Matthew's innocence.
What?
That's right. He said that, too. He made a regular speech about it. I thought he was nuts.
How did you get here?
I took the liberty of following Miss O'Neill.
What for?
To confirm certain suspicions that I had formed.
Well, what sort of...
You see, I am a student of abnormal and criminal psychology.
What's that got to do with me?
Everything. My insight into the, shall we say, crepuscular recesses of the human mind have convinced me that you are not the man who killed Alice Carson.
What? Is that so? And who done it then?
Now, my dear fellow, you're confusing my function with that of a common detective.
Well, if you ain't a detective, then what you so interested for?
That's what I'd like to know.
I think I told you. I'm a student of the vagaries of the human mind. Oh, such a pretty cat. My subtle one. Oh, my puss.
She got some kittens over there, too.
No, has she? May I see the kittens?
Yes, go on. Be over in that corner.
Come on.
Help yourself. He done it.
What? Lovely, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, what's your name?
Hoover. Walter Hoover.
Why did you kill Alice?
Alice?
That's what I said.
My dear Matthews.
What makes you so certain Shorty didn't?
You're being very ingenuous, Matthews. Different though we are, we have one thing in common. Neither of us killed Alice.
Then did.
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't be here, would we? Well, I mustn't impose any further on your hospitality.
Where are you up to?
Home, of course.
Oh, no, you ain't. You're going to stop right here. I'm not going to take any chances of you going to the cops.
My dear Mr. Matthews, I believe in your innocence.
Well, that's fine. And we'll stay here till they find out who done it, shall we?
In that case, I shall consider myself your guest.
That's right.
And thank you for your hospitality. But why shouldn't we reverse the role?
Reverse the what?
I have quite a pleasant little flat. If we are to wait till the murderer is caught, we should be much more comfortable there.
You mean I can stop at your place?
Certainly. It's such a nice home for you, my pretty. The invitation, of course, includes Miss O'Neill.
No, you better be getting along.
But why? I shall be delighted to show her my little home.
Oh. Okay.
Well, shall we be going?
Look here. In case you get careless, no funny business. See?
I wish you'd cease mistrusting me. I am determined to prove your innocence. Miss O'Neill, will you bring the kittens? Thank you, sir. You go in first.
No fear.
No, but I insist.
No, you got it first. Go on.
I think we put the kittens in my bedroom. There, my pretties. There's a nice, comfortable bed for you all to yourselves. And now we'll get to a saucer of milk, shall we? Matthews, you can leave your coat here if you like.
Oh, thanks.
Miss O'Neill, if you wish to tidy up, you will find everything you want in there.
Thanks.
Come upstairs, Matthews. Perhaps you'd like a drink.
Oh, thanks. Don't mind.
Now, you make yourself at home, Matthews, while I look after our guests.
Guests?
The little ones downstairs, you know.
Oh.
Matthews, I hope I shan't have to tell you again that you have nothing to fear from me. Nothing. And I appeal to you in the sacred name of hospitality to look upon me as your host and friend.
All right.
Go on back downstairs. Go on. Interested in books, Matthews?
Miss Struver, I'd like to talk to you.
Of course. Well?
When we was down at the old house, did you hear what I was saying to Molly?
I admit I did hear some of it, my boy.
Well, it goes, see? I'm going to do like I said. You won't have to keep me here after all.
What do you mean?
I'm going to give myself up.
What?
I don't want to spend the rest of my life dodging the cops. Better take a chance now than later.
My dear fellow, that's utter nonsense.
No, it isn't. And a chap like you ought to understand reading all them books. You know how a fella feels. If I don't give myself up, well, they'll never look for the chap that really done it. They'll go on looking for me.
No, but it's just the other way about. If you give yourself up now, they'll be only too happy to put the blame on you. All the law wants is a scapegoat.
I'm not so sure, Miss Struver. When you come to think of it, how often does an innocent fella get topped? You may not think much of the cops, you know, but they're a pretty smart lot. And the more I think about it, the more I feel that the guy what really done this won't stand a chance if I go and tell what I know.
But you can't do that. I won't allow you to do that.
What you so worried about?
Well, I'm worried on your account, naturally, knowing you to be innocent as I do.
Oh, I thought perhaps you was worried in case I still thought you'd done it. Well, I did at first, see, but I understand now. You just like studying these things, don't you?
Precisely. That's why you must listen to me.
No, it's too late. I want to get on with it.
No, Matthews, I have a confession to make.
Yeah?
I've been keeping something from you.
Yeah?
I know the identity of the murderer.
Yeah?
Well, who is it? Can't furnish proof yet. But if you'll wait here while I go down and look after our little guests, I will tell you. Against my better judgment, I will tell you. Miss O'Neill.
Where's Shorty?
He's upstairs. He'll be down in a moment. He's going to have a bath in the shade. Come and help me feed the kittens. There you are, you little imps. They look so helpless now. You'd hardly think their time will come to play with mice, would you? You scream, you fool! The police will come and Matthews will hang you.
Molly. Molly.